seats. We will start in 1 minute. 1 minute.
So I think it is time to start. It's so good to be here. Lovely to see so many here. 256 people has enrolled for participation today. I also met some people during the lunch who said they didn't register, so it might even be more people here. And I can hear from the energy level in the room that the discussions will be good today. So really looking forward to this afternoon. And there are a few things that I would like to start with. I'm not trying to make you leave already now, but security is always important. So you have the door up the stairs and one emergency exit here and another one there. So if you have to leave, we have a few different open arenas for prioritized development groups. I think that you can hear from the applause that this is a great thank you. So very much appreciated, and a strong energy throughout these 10 years. This is also part of our guidelines today for systematic quality assurance. I think this is it's an important formalization, but it is really a minor part that this is a formal quality assurance. The thing here is to meet here and have the discussions and get out of all the stress and competitiveness that we often have in our roles as teachers and researchers, and really are able to share experiences and learn in different ways from each other and through different modes of sharing experience, which we actually will see in the afternoon in the different parallel and sequential sessions that we have. Some numbers for those who are interested in this. We have had, there has been 20 meetups so far. There has been 469 different number of led a discussion during these 20 meetups. So there's a huge engagement in this. And also, I think it also reveals that this is really a bottom-up community of learning, where anyone that has an interest in sharing and discussing and elaborating on an issue are able to do so. We had last fall the largest number of participants. We're nearly this number today as well. So there is a huge interest in coming to this. I would also like to say, and this is more administrative matter, that we will also take pictures today. So I think, no, that's not the point where I was going to say this. Sorry. There is more statistics, data, and photos that can be found in the 20th anniversary commemorative publication. I had a hard time saying that word. And jubileumsskrift. So you can find that and read more about the Storträffen, and also read personal reflections from the ones that have been participating from the beginning and until now. Where are the participants coming from? Well, you can see it here, from the different schools, but also from Verksamhetsstödet. We also have students, and we have a few people coming from outside KTH. This is also an interesting picture, I think. Many people of you are coming back and has been here several times. A few has been here one time before, and also many are coming here for the first time. And this is the way it looks every year. So it definitely shows that for each year we have more and more participants. And even if you only come once, we have a joint learning regarding education and the quality development of education. So let's help each other make the meetup work. You have a schedule. It's easy to find your way. All the rooms are in this building on first, second, and possibly even on third floor. Yes, on third floor as well. Consider to be friendly and inclusive in the discussions. I know you are friendly. Sometimes you are friendly but speak too much. Include other people in the take turns and make sure to include everyone in the discussion. And a special welcome to the students and the students' representatives that participate here today. You're not that many if we compare to the number of students at KTH, but it is actually so that we are here, all here for you, for teaching students. That's the reason why we are teachers. This plenary session is recorded. All plenary sessions are recorded. The group discussions are not recorded. No one is taking notes. You have to take notes for your own sake if you would like that. And here comes what I was going to say just before, that photos are taken during the meeting by Augusta. So please approach Augusta if you do not want to participate in a photo from this meetup. Now, end of all formalities and end of the welcome part of this, and I leave over to Anders Söderholm, our president.
Thank you. Thank you, and first of all, dear colleagues and friends, I would like to reiterate what Sofia was saying. It's a great pleasure being here and to welcome you to Storträffen and also to the special meetup today, celebrating the 10 years of Storträffen. 10 years, I would assume, of conversations, discussions, insights, experiments, sharing commitments, and sharing experiences on how to make education at KTH better than it was before. Back in 2016, after having read the commemorative publication, the ambition was truly to create open arenas for university-wide collaboration and exchanges of experiences. And looking back today, I think we can say that this ambition has been successful, it has been fulfilled, and it has become now an established part of how KTH works with education. Developing from a smaller group of invited educational leaders into a broad arena with open invitation for teachers, program directors, students, student counselors, educational developers, admin staff, managers, and many others. And that is a development that matters because education is not created by rules and regulations alone. It is created through commitment and engagement from all our different groups of staff and faculty. And I think this is where it all comes together in order creating meaning, where we can actually build the culture of educational development. So therefore, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And of course, Storträffen is only a meeting that takes place occasionally, a couple of times per year. But it creates, I hope, a momentum for the work that is done between the meetings, working groups, courses, program development, conversations, etc., that finds strength from the insights that has been gained during the Storträffen meeting and also maybe the contacts and networks that has been built during these meetings. The theme today, a decade of Storträffen meetups, lessons for the future, is an important one, of course. It is always good to look back, but it's also always more challenging to look forward. I guess we all share sort of the overall impression that things are happening very fast now in terms of artificial intelligence coming into the education. That assess how students learn, how teachers teach, how we assess knowledge, but more importantly, it changes the labor market for where we would like our students to be well prepared. So expectations on engineers and architects are changing, not only in terms of what we do here, but as I said, what we prepare our students for in the future. And it's not only artificial intelligence, of course, it is resilience. That is one of the main topics for many organizations today. Sustainability, of course, is always there as a grand challenge. Security, societal transformation. Things are becoming complex. I think we always say that things are becoming more and more complex, but I think this time it's really true. Maybe. And I think we are also, all of us, trying to define what is it actually that is happening that is of relevance for what we do within the programs and in the classrooms. I think one major conclusion is that educational development is not an occasional project. It is a continuous effort that needs to be integrated in the way we do teaching, but also in the way we engage with colleagues in order to create the best programs, but also on the level of program portfolios to see how the best way forward in terms of renewing our portfolio could be designed. So I hope this is also part of that continuous effort to build a culture of educational development and of commitment to that development. So I think this is something that is central to us. We do educate people that will contribute and that are willing to lead technological development in society. As teachers and faculty, we are responsible to designing the programs so that they can meet their expectations. And we also must continue to learn in order to be able to do that. We must be willing to test. We must be willing to create experimental platforms where new ways of teaching, new way of assessing can be tested and tried. We need to move fast in some areas, but making sure that we have the security required by our IT environment, etc. So moving fast and safe, being slow and experimental are some of the challenges that need to be met in the way we develop in the future. So anyway, celebrating the 10 years today, I hope we all can feel proud. Anna-Karin and Viggo definitely can feel that proud, and I was happy to see that you are also giving some appreciation through in the introduction here. But I also think we should not be content. The next decade will require the Storträffen meetup to continue and to lead to more creativity, generosity and commitment as the first decade did offer. So with that, again, thank you for having these occasions and also a warm welcome to continue these discussions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anders, for telling a bit more about what's in front of us and encouraging us to continue this journey together. Next on the agenda is to meet with Anna Järbrant, and she will update us on future education at KTH. So please welcome Anna.
Thank you. Well, aligning it with the theme of today, a decade of Storträffar and lessons for the future, and also aligned very well with what Anders said, we want to emphasize that it's so nice, it's so interesting to be part of this group. It is a majority of this group and more people even that are joining and working in future education, the different projects that we have, and also in other ways. So we are looking back and identifying what we've done, and also looking forward. And forward, the focus is not on the framework as much as it did in the beginning of the future education. It's more on 3 major areas, you can say, but I'll show you a little bit. So from talk to action, bringing in what we've all have done in educational wise to bring it into the KTH DNA. We've done this in 2023. We can see we had 3 main areas. We had a focus, all of us, on program development. We still have that, but it changes a bit in what we do in the innovations. Sustainability and digitalization. And taking these projects, moving on, learning a lot, and then thinking about what to do in 2024. And we increased, all of us. We had a larger area of interest. So we added wicked problems, we added assessment, a lot of development and innovation done focusing on assessment and how to do study paths and program the programs we offer. But also AI coming in more, and even more for the last year. So the program portfolio last year is focused on 3 major areas, but then we can still see, and we have a portfolio of 75 projects, all of us, and it's coming out of the Storträff. We are all engaged, we've talked to each other, cross schools, cross organizational units, cross teacher-student roles, and thinking about what can we do better. And these are the projects that are new right now, so they are ongoing, but we are still keeping a lot of knowledge, of course all of the knowledge on the other projects. So we're going towards, as I started, wicked problems, experimental learning, and also AI in learning and teaching. So that's just a quick run through to look back and then bringing it to the future. These are projects that have started this year, so they will be reported results and stuff for the Storträff this fall maybe, and in the next spring in a year. If you want to know more, in our webpage we have all of the projects. Every single project, every single A3, every single projektdirektiv, every single poster that's been presented on Storträffen will be at the webpage. So our Sophie Kim, our communicator, has done a huge work managing all of us to bring in the knowledge there. You can go there, you can read about any project. And if you want to come into Q31, the posters will be very much focused on examples like this, what is ongoing right now. But the main point is where I started, I would say. The Storträff has been helping us all at KTH to actually create this grassroots culture of working together, discussing together, experimenting together, doing innovation together. No matter where we work or where we meet every day, we can meet here, we can learn, we can talk, we can share knowledge and tries and results. And then we try to help in the future education to formalize it and bring it into the DNA to actually change how KTH does it. So now my 4 minutes are out.
To hear a bit more, and don't forget to look upon the posters in the exhibition and also visit the webpage and share among you, those of you who are working with projects in the future education, with those of you that are not yet doing so. So the next speaker will be someone that has also been participating in the Storträffen meetup for a long, long time, probably since it started. I highlighted Anna-Karin and Viggo, but there are many more people that took part from the start and made it happen. Though I think that Anna-Karin and Viggo is the one with the most enduring effort in this work. But I'm very happy to welcome Gunnar Tibert, who will give a next presentation on the matters. Thank you.
At the School of Engineering and Science again to have this kind of keynote speech here. And I was looking back because it's very well documented, all the Storträff, with all the PPTs and everything. I looked at what I was talking about at that time. So I was talking about change involved with over this time. This is the first slide which I gave on 2016. So this talk is about sharing some overarching idea that has formed my sort of way of working over the last few years. It's a well-known person that has been a consultant at KTH, part of engineering education. They voted that Olin College is sort of the current leader in engineering education. So I got a bit interested in what kind of university that was. I read the book A Whole New Engineer, which was about the Olin experience and also the University of Illinois, which is more like KTH, a heavy research-oriented university, whereas Olin is sort of a small private sort of college. It happens through that one that in Boston, Olin is next door. In many of the articles and documents that I have looked at, it's about this is our vision and this is what it became. Very few are talking about all the nitty-gritty details that happens in between. So a document is always at that one and map how Storträffen behavior is, Storträffen sort of content is mapping toward that formula. So it's about, you're not meant to put numbers in this kind of formula. It's a way of reminding yourself, like a rule of thumb, that all these kind of ingredients needs to be in place on the left side for change to happen. And don't work too long on one of these parameters if one of them are near zero, because that will mean that change is sort of stalling. So there is it's a diagnostic tool in that. So you have this that we need to do something. It should also be like a shared sense. And I should also mention that this is compelling in sense and reality. Directors of second cycle studies, the president, the dean of faculty, could be any level. So key players need to be sort of engaged. And there is always a cost in terms of time. There could also be, time is limited, even though there is money. There is a balance between sort of teaching, research, other administrative duties. So there's something that has to give to make room for more in some other part. So what are the key takeaways? And these are not my takeaways from my experience, but this is from the literature that I have read. Specifically Babson, but there are other, Olin, TU Delft have also some documentation about what has worked. They all say that external forces are very valuable for driving internal changes, the dissatisfaction, paralyzing, so you can't move. So kind of modern is, but if it's too vague from shall formulate flexibility, your communication program can be seen of this kind of pattern. We're coming back to this week if you base it, but it can be more absent of sort of the personal cost, long working hours, have some kind of pilot, some ingenjörsutbildning in a few years ago about the cost. When they did the change at TU Delft, they put a price tag. If you're going to do a big change in a course, you get this amount of money, smaller change, also medium change and small change. So they actually put it up front. They also paid for the output in research that would not happen when you are engaged in the change of this one. So it was a very appreciated workshop that we had, and many from other universities said that. Almost my last slide here. How does Storträffen Meetup and also sort of the prior groups map to this formula? How does it contribute and fuel in this one? Many years is have that kind of purpose. What are the university for? I think that is an important thing in comparison with formal governance. I like specifically that I can be here as a teacher as well, to talk to other teachers in my role as a teacher, not sort of maybe in the role that I'm standing here now. So moving between sort of different hierarchies or different positions. We have a lot of champions here that are driving a very important change at KTH. We have many leaders. I wrote here sort of, because this is the format, you're leading a table typically. This is organization. No single hero, no single veto points, like you can have in committees and other sort of other type of more bureaucratic activities. I think there is also the positive climate here at Storträffen that let you speak sort of how you feel. Change could be a challenge on the identity as a teacher, emotions, relations, identity. And you can share experiences also with very low threshold. I think we have developed Storträffen into that kind of very positive climate in that sense. So I have a few recommended readings to you. I have the PDF on the PhD thesis, and here I should also say a big thank you to the library. I got it in 2 days, the PDF, so very excellent service from the library at KTH. And then, so this is over the years I have collected, and sometimes I go back and read some parts just to sort of refresh. And this has been very valuable for me in my journey, how to sort of navigate these kind of changes, remembering sort of keeping the rule of thumb, this change formula. So I challenge you to diagnose your own project with this formula now from this presentation. And I would also like to thank the organizers for Storträffen, Viggo, Anna-Karin, Elisabeth, and all the prior group leader over the years for excellent time and very interesting discussions, which I also look forward to today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that we can put up Gunnar on the list of sources as well. Sorry. But we have some flowers for you.
Tack.
Thank you so much. A good source for inspiration and knowledge sharing, I think. So next, that's very short, we're going over to the schedule. And I ask Viggo to say a few words about the schedule and give you further instructions.
So what's next is the main part of Storträffen meetup, the discussions. So you'll have 3 rounds of discussions. So you can choose 3 topics to take part in. So the first round will begin at 13:25, so in 12 minutes or so. And each round will be 35 minutes. And then there's a 10-minute break, and then we have the next round, and then there's a half-hour break with fika pause, and then the third round, and then we'll be back here at 4 o'clock for summary and conclusion, and also a second keynote, Peter Silén. And then we have the after meeting outside, either outside the building if the weather is okay, otherwise inside here. So we'll see. So we have lots of discussion topics today, 33 different topics, half of them in English and half of them in Swedish. And so you have probably looked at it on the back of your program today. So here you find the topic, we have the type of topic to the left, and then the 3 rounds. So the language is marked here. Yellow is Swedish, red is English. For the first round, the second round, and the third round. So there will be about 12 different topics in each round, and you can find the room here, and also there's marked if it's student suitable for students to discuss this topic. We have been asked to do this. Oh, and there are lots of students here today, and I should also say that 6 of these discussions are suggested and led by students. And we are very happy about this and also proud. Okay, so we have the 3 levels with the 12 rooms. We have 4 rooms at each level. Level 3 is the entry level there. Level 2 is this level, and level 1 floor down. So please take now a look and plan what to do. And there is also this pitch text document, where you can find more text about what will happen in that discussion. So you have now 10 minutes to find your way to the first room and discussion. So that's all for today.